Hello, this is Laura and Terry Lynch, and welcome to another episode of Civically Speaking. A government of the people, by the people, and for the people, right? That's the way it's supposed to be. Our legislators are supposed to be our voice in government. Are you feeling very listened to these days? Do you think your voice is being heard? What do you think, Terry?
I understand your question, Laura, and here's what I think about it. This is nothing new. We've always wanted to have our voice heard, and it didn't just go back to our Constitutional Convention. Believe it or not, we were doing this process of listening to the people long before we became the United States of America. It was back when the New England colonies were looking for a way to solve the issues of the day. The elected officials started this amazing thing called town hall meetings, where anyone within the community could come and meet at the town hall and voice their opinions and concerns of how their area was being governed. This was not a place for you to vote, but to voice your opinion so that those who control the laws of the land, the elected officials, would hear the concerns of the populace and actually work to make it a more pleasant place for all to live. When we started this new country called the United States of America, we took that same process in after the Constitutional Convention, and it was for practicality's sake. We had started a new, unusual government was going to be ruled by the people. Nothing like that had ever been done before, but that meant that anyone could be part of our government. Now, in 1787, that meant 3.9 million people could show up at the federal capitol and say they want to be part of the government. Logistically, that was going to be impossible, and the Founding Fathers realized that would continue on further down the line. We would only grow as a country. As a matter of fact, now, as of 2016, that number would be 324 million people that could go down to Washington, D.C. and say, hey, I want to help govern the country. But that's not going to happen. And the Founding Fathers realized we could never work it that way. So they formed this unusual thing called the legislative branch of our government. It's two branches, it's two houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives. They're the ones responsible for the laws that rule over us, and they are supposed to make those laws based on what we want as the people, because it's our government. Technically, they're working for us, but to work for us, they have to know what we want. And guess what they did? They continue with that old tradition of the town hall meeting, where our representatives and senators would establish times and meeting places for the people they represent to come to them and voice their opinions and concerns. Not just, hey, you're doing a great job, but hey, you've got to fix this, and hey, we're concerned about being represented here. You're not standing up for us. So the town hall meeting was a device used so that logistically, those who govern for us would have a proxy, and that proxy would be to represent the voice of the people from their districts or their states, in the case of senators. Now that means you have to listen to everyone, not just the people that voted you in and are happy for you. You have to listen to those that aren't happy, and no matter how unhappy, you have to give them the right to voice their opinions, and you have to see if there's some way you can help them out, because that was the goal, to help out as many people as possible and to compromise towards the middle, making it a nice and pleasant place for everyone to live. Nobody's going to be 100% happy all the time, but the town hall meeting was a wonderful device to let the representatives and the senators know what the people wanted, and then in the smaller numbers back in Washington, D.C., they could work together and be the voice of the hundreds and thousands of people that they would represent back in their states and their districts themselves. Now, technology moves along, and guess what happens? We have even more ways to have town hall meetings, but you don't have to physically meet somewhere. You could actually send a note to your senator or your representative. You could comment on their website. You can email them. Yes, you can even post on their blogs or Facebook pages. But guess what's still the best and most effective way to get your opinion across to your representative or your senator? You've got it. The old New England colony device, the town hall meeting. There's nothing harder than standing face to face and listening to all the opinions of the people within your district or at least those that care to come out and meet you physically in a building to be heard from. If you go to a town hall meeting, you know what you're doing? You're doing your job. If your senator or your representative goes to that town hall meeting, you know what they're doing? They're doing their job. You know what happens when we do our job? We govern this country the way the founding fathers wanted it. So, if somebody decides not to show up, get mad, get angry, voice your opinion. That's your right in the Bill of Rights itself. You're doing your job, make sure they do their job. Not just for those they're happy with, but for those as well that aren't too happy with how things are going. That's not un-American. That's the most American thing you can do. Hey, don't take it from me, because I'm just civically speaking.
Well, thanks, Terry. Well, that's about all the time we have for today. We hope you enjoyed our conversation and got a little something out of it, too. If you'd like to contact us with questions or comments, or if you would like to have Terry do one of the many presentations we offer, you can give us a call at 708-218-7001 or email us at hfktales@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. If you're not listening to us via our website, why not check it out at www.hfkpresents.com. Thank you for listening. Until next time, this is Laura and Terry Lynch with Civically Speaking.